What's going on, everyone? From LowKick MMA, my name is Dave Podolsky. I'm joined with Cassius Clay Collard. He is set to fight for the lightweight PFL Championship of the World on November 24th when he takes on Olivier Aubin-Mercier. Clay, thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, man, no problem, brother.
Now, first off, how are you doing? How's training been going?
Training's great. I'm doing very well. I have very many blessings in my life.
Mhm. So, looking at your career, you fought in the UFC and then within the PFL, you've had main events. You welcomed Anthony Pettis to the promotion. You welcomed Jeremy Stevens to the promotion. However, this fighting for that PFL championship, fighting for $1 million, would you consider this to be the biggest fight of your career?
100%. Um, it's a world championship. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason most mixed martial artists do this is to be a world champion and to be the best. And you know, I've dedicated my life to it. So we're 2 weeks away, baby. Let's go.
You know, do you feel any sense of like redemption? In 2021, you have this split decision with House Manfio. I think most thought you
No,
were
no, unanimous
right.
decision loss. Bullshit.
I and I'm fully with you. I can absolutely remember sitting on my friend's couch watching that fight and thinking to myself, how did Clay Collard not win that fight? But my point being, it's not here nor there. My point being, controversial decision that you lost in 2021 that kept you out of the championship. Are you seeing this as kind of like a redemption fight from that year?
Yeah, I've moved past that. I mean, it still eats at me because I'm so happy this year when him and Schultz played grab ass for 3 rounds and got booted out of the tournament. Like, thank goodness, bro. That was a little bit of redemption. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a new year, new me. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of changes leading up to this year and this point, and they've been the right moves, obviously. So
I gotta ask, is there any like animosity towards Houseman Few himself? I mean, it's not necessarily his fault that the judges gave him the scorecard.
you know, after the fight, I went out there to be the alternate, and he tried to say hi to me, and I wasn't ready to let it go then, and so I got a little mouthy with him, you know, told him told him off and whatnot, and the next year, I made amends with him, and I was like, it's hard not to be mad at that because I believed I won the fight, and to lose a unanimous decision, it was just like mind boggling to me. Like what were those judges thinking? And I felt like the guy he beat for the championship, I would have smashed him too. So yeah, but we shook hands and let bygones be bygones. But man, yeah, that one hurt.
Compared to 2021, you're back in the championship for the 2023 tournament. What improvements have you made to your game?
The biggest improvement, I believe, it has been my ground game. I was kind of neglecting that a little bit, and switching camps and getting with the new coach, and being able to work under a black belt and have that guy, my coach now, Jason Mertledge, have him, get me back on track has been amazing. So yeah, I would say my ground game has improved a lot, but I feel like this year with the new coach and a new team, I feel like all around I've improved. So
And I know you're focused on this fight, but like when you think about if you win this one, how do you envision yourself, becoming a millionaire, and how does that change your life?
Man, I've been saying this for 3 years now. I just want to get a house. My wife, my kids, and my dog deserve, because right now we're packed into a. There's six of us in a 3-bedroom house, and I'm paying two separate rents right now because I train in Utah and they're in Idaho. So man, just having one set location that's big enough for all of us, and I can have the backyard for my dog, and it's just American dream, right? White picket fence.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fair enough. And then, in looking at this fight too, it's OAM Olivier Aubin-Mercier. He's the reigning champ. You're going, even though each season is its own season, you're kind of going in there as the challenger. Does that give you any extra motivation?
100%, man. He's undefeated in the PFL. He hasn't lost, and I think I'm the man to beat him. I'm gonna bring the fight to him. He's talked about hanging up the gloves this year. I don't want him to go out on a win, man. Like, not against me. So I feel like all the chips are stacked against me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've been battling through so much these past few years that, like, yeah, just those chips keep stacking up, and one thing after another keeps happening. But hey, I'm here, and we're fighting for the $1 million, and we're fighting for the world championship, and I'm ready to bring it.
I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like, especially thinking about the Anthony Pettis fight specifically, you've made a career off of being the underdog in a lot of these fights.
They keep counting me out, man. I got that dog in me, bro. You know, uh, yeah, it's like that people keep overlooking me. I keep beating big names and beating people up, and I still feel like I'm not as well known as I should deserve to be. So we're working on it.
Well,
A world title would help a lot, right?
no, for sure. And and for someone like yourself, right, you've been with the PFL now for 3 seasons and you've seen this thing grow. The PFL has grown, exponentially each season. How do you feel about the growth of the PFL and like being part, you have a chance to sort of be a face of the company going forward?
Yeah, I mean, um, there's no place I'd rather be than with the PFL. They're making big moves. They're signing big names. They got the baddest man on the planet, Mr. Francis Ngannou. They got the Paul brothers. I keep trying to get that fight. Not that everybody's like, oh, you're just in it for the money. You want to fight him and make millions, but no, I just really want to punch that kid in the face. And yeah, with all the stuff they're doing, I was just reading their I don't know if it's true or not, but it says they're taking over Bellator. Like they're just making moves and shaking up the sport, where the UFC has been the biggest thing for so long that, like, time for another promotion to take over, man.
How would you compare your
And
or go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I hope PFL is that promotion.
How would you
And I hope
compare
I can help do that.
Got you.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
No, sorry, the Wi-Fi was cut off for a second. I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies. Um, how would you compare sort of your experience and relationship with the UFC matchmakers versus with the people you've worked with in the PFL?
I was a young, dumb, wild kid when I first signed with the UFC, and I don't feel like I lived up to my potential back then. I feel like when I got signed, I had a whole lot of hype behind me, and I just kind of let it fizzle out. And yeah, a lot of personal things and stuff I had to grow up and deal with. So I'm just a completely different person from back then till now, and it shows in the way I fight. For
Looking at this fight, have you gotten to watch the footage on OAM, and what stands out to you? What gives you the advantage over him?
I'm a dog, bro. I got that fight in me, bro. Like I said, he wants to hang up the gloves. He don't love this shit like I do, bro. I'm trying to do this 8, 10 more years. Oh, he's the Canadian gangster. I'm the Emery County gangster, bro. You know, he's the Canadian. I'm not talking East Coast. I'm talking Emery County. I'm gonna try to turn my Wi-Fi off, see if that helps.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So looking at this fight, right? It's the championships in New York. You're the American fighter. He's obviously from Canada. Do you feel like the home crowd might be behind you?
Championships in Washington D.C.
Okay, sorry about that. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I mean, I hope America's behind me. I'm repping their flag, you know.
It's about 2 weeks out from your fight. When do you leave for DC?
So Monday I'm out of here, bro. Next Monday.
Got it. And so you're training at 4-7 in Utah. How's that been going, and who have been your main training partners for this camp?
So I got 2 young kids. They're actually still both amateurs. My boy Trace and my boy Matt. You know, they let me beat them up, and they try to mimic people, and they've been amazing. My wrestling coach Rad Martinez. I fought back in the day with Bellator. He was in the $1 million tournament there, so he's been amazing. And then my head coach Jason Mertlich I think he's the best coach in the world, man. So
Fair enough. Well, Clay, I'm wishing you the best of luck. And just my final question, PFL Championships, November 24th. Clay Collard, Olivier Aubin-Mercier. Clay, give me your official prediction.
official prediction, man. I think it might go all 5. I'm gonna try to get him out there at round 4.
Fair enough.
We're gonna turn it on round 4.
I mean, it's a solid prediction. Clay, I'm wishing you the best of luck. If there are any socials, teammates you want to shout out, platform is yours. Go right ahead.
All right. Oh man, here we go. Zombie Sports Co. Got to give them a shout out. I got to give Relentless Empire a shout out. Duke Preps. They're my meal prep company. They've been keeping me skinny. Yeah, don't have too many sponsors, man. So if anybody wants to jump on board the Cassius Clay Collard train, here I am.
Fair enough. Well, Clay, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Guys, Cassius Clay Collard is set to face Olivier Aubin-Mercier for the lightweight PFL Championship of the World. Takes place in Washington, D.C. on November 24th. You will not want to miss this fight. Clay, thank you so much for taking the time. Best of luck to you, my friend.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.